Bugun O'zbekiston futbol assotsiatsiyasi matbuot anjumani zalida terma jamoamiz bosh murabbiyi Fabio Cannavaro ishtirokida matbuot anjumani bo'lib o'tadi. Va bugungi anjumanda O'zbekiston milliy terma jamoasining jahon chempionatiga tayyorgarligi, o'tkazilgan uchrashuvlar, mundialdan olingan tajriba hamda Osiyo kubogiga tayyorgarlik bo'yicha so'z boradi.
Jahon chempionatida orttirgan tajribalarimiz, keyingi kelishgan xulosalar hamda oldinda turgan Osiyo kubogiga tayyorgarlik va terma jamoamizning rejalari haqida atroflicha gaplashib o'tamiz. Anjumanimizni boshlashdan oldin barchangizni ekranga rahmat berishlarini xarizda. Marhamat.
Comandante do seu casinho.
Bosh murabbiyi Fabio Cannavaro bilan savol javoblarga o'tadigan bo'lsak, iltimos qilamiz havoyi axborot vositalaridan taymingga va savol berishingizdan oldin qaysi nashr tayyorgarligingizni o'zingiz tanishtirib o'tishingizni so'raymiz.
To come back and try to be focused on some points that during this month someone complained, starting with I left the team without escape for the team after the World Cup and I moved to Italy in vacation.
O'zim boshlashdan oldin ba'zi jihatlarga to'xtalib o'tmoqchiman. Jumladan shu jahon chempionatidan keyin men darhol Italiyaga dam olish uchun ketdi degan har xil gaplar bo'ldi, lekin men shuni ta'kidlashim kerak, men oxirgacha Nyu-Yorkda terma jamoa mehmonxonasida terma jamoa bilan futbolchilar bilan birga edim va barcha bilan biz kelishgan holda yaxshi xayrlashdik va jahon chempionatidan keyin chempionat o'yinlari darhol boshlanmaganligi tufayli ushbu pauzadan foydalangan holda uyga borib keldim va O'zbekiston chempionati boshlanishi bilan men yana O'zbekistonga qaytib, O'zbekiston chempionat o'yinlarini kuzatishga kirishdim.
Without play a friendly game, and our situation was with the Ganev injury, Hoji injury, Bea injury, and another one, Odid injury. So as a coach, I need to get some responsibility decision, and for the team, I decided to not put Masharipov inside, and he decided to change Masharipov not for the knee, but for the back problems, because he cannot walk, poor guys. I know, was difficult decision, because he's a good players, he did amazing job for qualification, but unfortunately, guys, someone need to take this decision. Even more because I know the things when you are there to go to the World Cup, you cannot go for the injury, because in my career I miss one European Cup for injury, and I know how you feel. But I need to take this decision. And if someone say no, Masharipov deserves to be in the World Cup. So you imagine we get one players from 8 months, he never performed for 8 months. I never see him as a play during these 8 months.
Demak, meni Ufa bilan kelishuvimga asosan men o'zim bilan olib kelgan yordamchilarimga o'z yonimdan ham pul to'lashim bo'yicha kelishuvga erishgan edik. Shu sababdan hech kim xavotir olmasa ham bo'ladi. Agar biz yanada ko'proq mutaxassis jalb qilsak, ko'proq yordamchilar jalb qilsak, jahon chempionati uchun yoki Osiyo chempionati uchunmi, demak, men o'zimning cho'ntagimdan ham ularga pul to'layotganimni bildiradi. Aldo Esposito, ya'ni fizioterapeutimiz faqat pasta, ya'ni faqat spagetti yedi deb aytgan. Bu noto'g'ri informatsiya. Aldo Esposito go'sht ham yedi, u baliq ham yedi.
This is what we need to understand. Of course, we need to try to improve the players. And if you see how we control the game, if you see how we create the goals, because our goals, if you see our goals and you see our training, they come for the training, they come for the cross we did, they come for the idea we give to the players, because of the stone cross is the cross we training during the training.
ularda deyarli kamchiliklar yo'qligini bildirib turar edi va shu sababdan men haqiqatdan xavotirda edim va eng asosiysi o'yinni dastlabki 10 daqiqasi davomida gol o'tkazib yubormasligimiz lozim deb hisobladim. Lekin afsuski o'zingiz ham o'yinda ko'rdinglar, shu daraja o'rtasidagi farq baribir o'z so'zini aytdi. Menimcha O'zbekiston terma jamoasini mendan oldingi o'yinlarni ham ko'rib tahlil qilib chiqishni maslahat beraman. Chunki biz hech qaysi o'yinda qandaydir katta dominantlik yoki katta nazorat ostida o'ynamaganmiz.
I know the previous coach was local, he did an amazing job, but it's not my mistake. If he's now another job, it's not my mistake someone want to complain me because now I'm foreign and I stay in this position and someone speaking give wrong information.
Bilaman oldingi murabbiy, mahalliy murabbiy bo'lgan, yaxshi natijalarga erishgan, lekin bu meni xatoyim emas. Bu yerda meni tanqid qilish uchun bu qanday sabab bo'la olmaydi. Men qanday sabab hech qanday ish qilmadim. Meni bu narsa uchun tanqid qilishlari uchun.
The night to go everywhere they want. So I was not there with the gun to say, no, you need this, you need it. No. So someone give the wrong information, guys.
Demak, futbolchilar o'yinlardan keyin o'zbek ovqatlarini ham, shu jumladan oshni ham shu tanovul qilishlariga imkoniyat bo'lgan. O'yinlardan keyin ularda erkinlik bo'lgan, aylanib kelish vaqtini yaxshi o'tkazishga sharoit yaratib bergan. Ya'ni men bu yerda qandaydir politsiya sifatida, ya'ni qurol bilan ularni nazorat qilmaganman. Ularda barcha yaxshi sharoitlar bo'lgan.
We no need to invent the things, please.
Uzr so'rayman, kelish qismi 35 minut davom etdi, juda ham ko'p gapirib yubordim, lekin eng asosiysi menimcha insonlar o'rtasida hurmat bo'lishi kerak. Bu siz mahalliy mutaxassismisiz, xorijlik mutaxassisimiz, menimcha har doim muloqot, o'zaro muloqot bu hurmatga asoslangan bo'lishi kerak.
Siz kelganingizdan keyin terma jamoamiz o'yinida o'sish bo'ldi deb hisoblaysiz. Imkon qadar qisqa javob bering.
Yes. But you know why? Because when I came here and we started to work, the players told me, you know, they were so enjoyed to do the training. We showed them something that no previous coach gave to them this information because was important for the players to working on this way, and this is for us is really important because when you speak with the players and you offer some methodology and they appreciate, is something that you need to carry on. And if I see some players before when we arrived or now, I can see some players now they try to play more, they are more confident. The intensity of our training is completely different since we arrived here. And during the World Cup, also we did amazing things during the games. Of course, if you're looking only the result, because some people looking only the result, but as a coach, I don't need the looking only the result. As a coach, I need to go inside the game, and I need to understand why. You know, the first half of Congo, the team was unbelievable, and the second half, you know, they were afraid to play. Or during, you know, a Colombia game, the first half, the team was more conservative, and the second half, we tried to play. I know as a coach what he changed. Because who came in the Congo game, give to us different mentality, different attitude, and the team changed. Against Congo, when we changed some players, the level of the team came down. When they changed some players, the level of Congo team came up. But during the games, you need to read the situation. I told my players in halftime, during the halftime, guys, carry on like that, try to play the same way, no go back, because if we go back, if we do the low block, maybe we can have some problem. Because the instruction of the players was to go forward, to go to make high pressure. But we were afraid. But during these things, is you see if some team improve or not. If you don't see some improvement, and just you look at the result, okay, the result is not good, end of the result. But as a coach, I need analyze the things. If you get off the first 20 minutes of every games, because the last 20 minutes is where you getting tired, where your mind concentrate go down, and where you consider more goals. This is a spirit. And if you see the 3 games in World Cup, you see these 20 minutes, last 20 minutes, we consider more goals. Is there where we need to improve?
Tarixiy natija bo'ldi, muhimi biz jahon chempionatiga chiqdik. Endi keyingi jahon chempionatlarida albatta katta natijalar kutib qolamiz. Xo'p, birinchi savolim Osiyo o'yiniga e'tibor qaratiladi. Osiyo kubogiga jamoada qanday o'zgarishlar bo'ladi? Tarkibga yangi futbolchilarni jalb qilasizmi? Osiyo kubogida O'zbekiston terma jamoasi oldiga qanday minimal va maksimal maqsad qo'yilgan, shu haqida qisqa javob berib o'tsangiz.
Because it's normal after one World Cup, we need to go to replace some players. Because another things, guys, in our list, I talk with us. Most of the players, make the qualification. I give some bonus to someone because for the previous qualification. Now the bonus are finished. Now we need to go to change some players. We need to go to found young players. That because if we want to prepare the next World Cup, we need to go to try to take someone that in 4 years they will be 22, 24, because I believe that in our youth national team we have good players. Beha, when I saw Beha, someone told me maybe I was crazy to put him on the World Cup. But for me, the age is not a problem. If someone is good, he can play. But we will change something.
Demak, albatta o'zgarishlar bo'ladi. O'zgarishlar bo'lishi tabiiy, chunki har bir jahon chempionati sikldan keyin tarkibda shu futbolchilarni tarkibida ko'plab o'zgarishlar kuzatiladi va biz shu sababdan biz ham ba'zi o'zgarishlarga qo'l uramiz, chunki biz jahon chempionatiga olib ketgan futbolchilarimiz orasida o'sha jahon chempionati saralashda ko'proq xizmat qilgan, ko'proq yordam bergan futbolchilar bor edi. Shularni inobatga olgan holda biz ularni ham jahon chempionatiga olib ketgandik. Lekin endi bundan buyog'iga biz bu narsadan voz kechamiz. Endi bundan buyog'iga ko'proq yosh futbolchilarni jalb etishga harakat qilamiz. Menga yoshlar terma jamoalarimizdagi juda ko'p futbolchilar yoqadi va men o'ylaymanki 4 yildan keyin ular judayam bir terma jamoaga foyda keltiradigan, yaxshi formada bo'lishadi. Kimdir 4 yildan keyin 22 yosh bo'ladi, kimdir 24 yosh bo'ladi va shu jumladan masalan Behruz Karimovga to'xtaladigan bo'lsak, men uni jahon chempionatining birinchi uchrashuvida, debyut uchrashuvida maydonga tushirishimni ko'pchilik bu qarorni judayam bir qandaydir judayam katta riskka asoslangan qaror deb aytdi, lekin shu sababdan men uchun eng asosiy ishlardan, eng asosiy maqsadlardan biri shu qo'rqmasdan, futbolchilarning yoshiga e'tibor bermasdan ularga imkoniyat berishdan iborat.
Birinchisi, juda ham to'g'ri aytdingiz. Kolumbiya bilan uchrashuvda ikkinchi bo'limda siz o'yinni kuchaytirib, yaxshiroq o'ynashni so'raydi. Va bunda siz qilgan o'zgarishlarni ham hissasi bor. Ya'ni misol uchun deylik, o'sha tanaffusdan keyin hamda Sabit o'yinga qo'shib va bu ikkala o'yinchi ham jahon o'yiniga energiya berdi, kuchaytirdi. Lekin nima uchun o'sha Kolumbiya bilan zaxiradan tushib o'yinni kuchaytirgan bu ikki futbolchi keyingi turda Portugaliya bilan na asosiy tarkibda, faqat zaxiradan o'yin tushmadi. Shunisi sal mantiqsizroq bo'ldi men uchun. Bu birinchi savol. Ikkinchisi, agar ruxsat boya javob berayotganingizda klublarimizni elit ochko chempionlar ligasi natijalariga urg'u berdingiz va men o'zim uchun shunaqa fikrlayman. Bu siz klublar natijalarni ortga bermayotgan sababi elit ochko bilamizki, barcha o'yinlarda natijalarni legionerlar qiladi. Bizlarning birorta klubimiz na Saudiya, na Qatar, na Amerika klublari bilan legioner olish borasida bahslasholmaydi va o'yinlarni deyarli 80-90% legionerlar hal qiladi.
They won the Asian Champions League with the good foreigners, but also with the local. So it's not only the foreigners, it's the mix. What I mean is that we need to improve. If we don't improve the local league, we cannot improve only the national team in 1 day. It takes time. I'm agree with you. You know, some club need the foreigners to improve the players. I know some journalists, you know, had the opportunity to come to the World Cup, and someone was here. And from here, when you are on the sofa to watching the game, you cannot understand how the difference of the level of the players. Believe me, who was there can tell you the difference. Who was there of my players can tell you the difference of velocity. But no, velocity is not just, you know, when you are speed. Velocity here, you close one angle, they do another thing. Because top players, they are different. It's not just foreigners coach. The foreigners coach can give to you the experience about, you know, organization, about how you improve the players, how you need to speak with the players, how you need, you know, maybe not afraid to control the game for 90 minutes. But of course, we need to improve everything, not just the local league, everything.
Jahon chempionatiga ketishdan oldin matbuot anjumanida hamkasbimiz savol berganda, ya'ni milliy terma jamoa kasalxonaga aylanib ketdi desa, istehzo bilan kulib inkor etgandi buni. Lekin jahon chempionati paytida ham ko'rdik, jarohatlar juda ham ko'p bo'ldi futbolchilarda va bu jarohatlar o'yinlarda orttirilmadi, mashg'ulotlarda ko'p bo'ldi. Misol Odil Hamrobekovga oladigan bo'lsak, Hojiakmal Alijonovni bu Kanavaro aytdi-ku, shu intensivlikni oshirishimiz kerak edi. Shu mashg'ulotlar jarayoni qanchalik to'g'ri edi, futbolchilarga to'g'ri baho berilganmidi? Chunki jarohatlar aynan mashg'ulotlarda bo'ldi.
During our pre-season, we had only one injury, Odin. The rest of the players, the injury was the previous one, for the previous situation. But why we get Odil injury? Because we make a mistake for information. Because the guys Odil always want the training, always want to give everything. And as I told my players, if you get one kick, you cannot die on the field for me. If you have a muscle problem, we need to have communication. And with him, we had not good communication. Because he always wants to be a warrior in the field, I appreciate that, but we make mistakes because sometimes, you know, we can miss two training, no problem, but the next one you will be ready. This is the only injury we had, because the rest of them, everyone was a previous situation. Our intensive physical condition during the World Cup was really good. We play with the top team, and we running, maybe if you see FIFA statistics, maybe we running more than them, with high intensity, not low intensity. With high intensity, it was really good. So if you have another injury players, and I don't know, let me know.
Ya'ni albatta yuqori tempdagi mashg'ulotlarsiz zamonaviy futbolda hech qanday natijaga erishib bo'lmaydi. Intensivlik bu juda ham muhim. Bizdagi jarohatlar orasida faqatgina Odil Hamrobekov aynan shu mashg'ulotlar natijasida, yuklamalar natijasida jarohat oldi deyish mumkin. Qolgan futbolchilarning barchasi bu asosan shu eski jarohatlar natijasida edi. Bizdagi bu yerdagi asosiy muammo Odil Hamrobekov shu mushaklardan muammo sezayotgan payti vaqtida bu haqida ma'lumot bermadi, chunki u jangchi futbolchi, u hech qachon nimadir bahona qilmaydi, har doim mashg'ulotda davom etaveradi. Men har doim futbolchilarimga aytaman, agar qandaydir ushib, ya'ni zarba natijasida sizni jarohat qiynayotgan bo'lsa, bu hech qanday muammo emas, maydonda shu o'lguncha o'ynash kerak deyman. Lekin mushak muammosi bo'lsa, bu haqida darhol xabar berish kerak, chunki bu jiddiy muammo hisoblanadi. Va jismoniy jihatdan men juda ham mamnun bo'ldim jamoamning harakatidan, chunki shu FIFA tomonidan taqdim etilgan statistika natijasida ham shunga guvoh bo'ldikki, futbolchilarimiz juda yaxshi yugurishgan, aynan yuqori tempda, past tempda emas, yuqori tempda intensiv jihatdan juda ham yaxshi, boshqa terma jamoalarga qaraganda ancha yaxshiroq yugurishgan statistikani guvoh bo'ldik.
And you know, we try with the federation now to have a more information with the teams. the federation decided to take the GPS and give to everyone to try to control the performance, the training of the players, because some players, local players, they ask some extra work to our fitness coaches. And it means that, sometimes they want to work more. And this is really good for me. The intensity of training, the intensity of the games is the key. And our fitness coach is not the crazy one, make the people running like just because they need to run. We have the study, we prepare the team, the training, we prepare everything. So
demak biz Ufa bilan kelishgan holda shu klublardagi O'zbekiston chempionatidagi jamoalardagi futbolchilarning holatini ham doimiy nazorat ostida kuzatib borganmiz. Ularni shu barcha GPS ma'lumotlarini kuzatib borganmiz. Va aytish mumkinki, ba'zi shu klublardagi futbolchilar o'zlari jismoniy tayyorgarlik murabbiyimizdan qo'shimcha yuklamalar so'rashgan. Ya'ni ular o'z klubida yetarlicha yuklama olishmagani uchun terma jamoani jismoniy tayyorgarlik murabbiyidan qo'shimcha yuklamalar so'rashgan. Intensivlik bu kalit, bu eng asosiy narsa hisoblanadi. Bizni jismoniy tayyorgarlik murabbiyimiz u qandaydir ahmoqligi uchun emas, ularga ko'plab yuklama berib, ularni yugurtirishi bu natijasida emas. Bu barchasi o'rganilgan, tahlilga asoslangan narsalar.
O'zbekiston terma jamoasining oldida 4 oydan keyin Osiyo Kubogi kelyapti. Bu Osiyo Kubogida tarkibi 90% Yevropada o'ynaydigan Yaponiya, deyarli shu darajadagi Janubiy Koreya, jahon chempionatida guruhdan oldin chiqqan Avstraliya, mezbon Saudiya Arabistoni kutyapti va raqiblik qiladi. Biz Osiyo Kubogida qanday natijani kutaylik? Fabio Cannavaro bosh murabbiyligidagi terma jamoadan yoki yana Osiyo Kubogi jahon chempionatida bo'lgani kabi zavqlanish uchun boramiz.
As I told you, the World Cup is something where we need to learn. World Cup is something where we need to improve. We will be enjoy to try to do our best. But of course, I think Asian Cup is completely different. Asian Cup, we need to understand that we need to try to do our best, to try to do until the end, because I believe that we have a potential and we go to face everyone without being afraid.
Demak, Osiyo Kubogiga biz zavqlanish uchun bormaymiz. Men O'zbekiston terma jamoasi murabbiyligiga kelishim bilan aytganman, jahon chempionati biz uchun tajriba bo'ladi. Biz bu yerda ko'plab narsalar o'rganamiz deb buni oldin aytganman. Lekin Osiyo chempionatida biz yetarlicha potensialga egamiz va biz Osiyo chempionatida iloji boricha oxirigacha borishga bizning potensialimiz yetadi. Va hech shu Osiyo chempionatidagi raqiblardan ham bemalol qo'rquvsiz o'ynasak bo'ladi.
Lekin bizda shunaqa daqiqalar bo'ldi. Jahon chempionati davomida biz hujum qildik. Hujum qilishga intildik. Birinchi raqamga o'tmagan bo'lsak, oldinga borishga intildik. Ammo shunday vaziyatda bizda inqiroz bo'ldi. Ya'ni vaziyat yaratish bo'yicha inqirozda bo'ldi. Yaqin yoshlarda jarohat bilan bog'liq vaziyatlar bo'ldi. Shunday holatda o'sha ichki ligamizda yaxshi o'ynab turgan, yaxshi formada bo'lgan, o'sha intensiv ma'noda yaqinroq o'yin ko'rsatadigan Jamshid Iskandarov butun chempionat davomida bor 8 daqiqa ishladi. Mana shunday kreativ futbolchimizdan kam foydalanishga aniq sabab bor.
We had many players. Jama is one offensive guys, very good assistant player. And during the game you use what you need. The idea was to try to give a minus to everyone, but some games like Colombia, we use different players. Some game against Portugal, maybe 3-0, 4-0, you need to be more conservative because the game is gone. Congo, I think the lineup was in the first half was amazing. So sometimes you need to use the players that you need. I know Jama's big potential, big experience, but also I think sometimes we need to use what the game will tell you.
Iloji boricha biz barcha o'yinlarda barcha futbolchilarga imkoniyat berishga harakat qildik. Mana Kolumbiya terma jamoasi bilan, Portugaliya terma jamoasi bilan ham o'yindan kelib chiqqan holda o'zgarishlar qilishga harakat qildik. Ya'ni Jamshid Iskandarovning potensialini juda yaxshi bilamiz, qanday darajadagi futbolchiligini bilamiz. Lekin shu vaziyatdan kelib chiqqan holda shu boshqa o'yinchilardan foydalanishga qaror qildik. Masalan, Kongo terma jamoasiga qarshi tushirgan tarkibimiz aytishingiz mumkin birinchi taymda deyarli ideal o'yin ko'rsatdi, juda ham yaxshi o'yin bo'ldi. Lekin shu boshqa o'yinlardagi vaziyat, shu situatsiyadan kelib chiqqan holda Jamshid Iskandarov emas, boshqa futbolchilardan foydalandi. Darajasini bilgan holda men jahon chempionatiga olib borganman. Baribir bosh murabbiy sifatida siz har doim qandaydir qaror qabul qilishingiz kerak. Murabbiy ham ba'zan xato qiladi, ba'zan to'g'ri qarorlar qabul qiladi. Siz ushbu mas'uliyatni siz o'z bo'yningizga olishingiz kerak. Masalan, bizda shunday futbolchi bo'ldi, yig'in davomida, mashg'ulotlar davomida eng zo'r, barchadan ajralib turgan, eng zo'r harakat qilgan futbolchi, lekin Superligada deyarli maydonga tushmagan. Bu Jasur Jaloliddinov. Men uni o'ziga ham aytdim. Albatta, gap yo'q, zo'r qatnashyapsan, hammadan yaxshi o'zing ko'rsatyapsan mashg'ulotlar davomida, lekin sen Superligada o'ynamaganliging tufayli ham men seni yakuniy ro'yxatga kirita olmayman deb tushuntirdim, lekin unga qaramasdan uch jahon chempionati davomida oxirigacha terma jamoa bilan birga bizni ixtiyorimizda qolishga qaror qildi. Shu sababdan tushunishingiz kerak, bosh murabbiyga ham baribir qiyin bo'ladi qaysidir qarorni qabul qilish, qanchalik qaysidir futbolchi loyiq bo'lsa ham, masalan boshqa futbolchi foydasiga qaror qabul qilish mumkin. Shu mas'uliyatni har doim bosh murabbiy o'z bo'yniga olishi kerak. Lekin aynan shaxsan qaysidir futbolchiga nisbatan qandaydir muammo, qandaydir shaxsiy masala hech kim bilan yo'q. Faqat Jamshid Iskandarov balki boshqa futbolchilar bilan ham hech qanday muammo yo'q.
Ozgina xafagarchilikni bildirganlar bilan boshlandi, lekin shu foizda bor oldindan mani natijaga hech qanday e'tirozim yo'q. Oldindan bilmagan natijani hatto birinchi ko'rdim. Lekin jarayonni ko'rib turib e'tirozli bir holatda bo'ldi. Ikkita o'yin bilan bog'liq. Bu o'zlari ham bir necha holatda qaysi ma'noda javob berdilar, bilmayman. Bittasi Kanadaga qarshi, bittasi Kongoga qarshi. Kanadaga qarshi o'rtoqlik uchrashuvi men uchun birinchidan zo'r. O'zim this amazing. Va Kongoga qarshi o'ynab shunday. Lekin o'rtoqlik uchrashuvida ikkinchidan umuman boshqa O'zbekistonni ko'rib qoldik. Bu nimadan kelib chiqadi va xuddi shu holat Kongoga qarshi o'yinda yana takrorlanyapti. Bitta jarayon ikkinchisi uchun dars bo'lishi kerak emasmi? Va boya aytib o'tdilar, futbolchilarni yana hech narsa deyishmasin, menga olib tushirsin, nima tartib bo'lsa. Mana shu holatda boya o'zlari aytib o'tdilar, Kongoga qarshi o'yinda men oldinga borishga buyruq berdim, ular ishlamadi. Shu o'rinda endi futbolchilarga e'tiroz bo'ladimi yoki yo'qmi? Va oldinga qarab yuradigan bo'lsak, natija bu bo'ldi. Bu yog'iga nima qilishimiz kerak? Bu nima bilan bog'liq? Ikkinchi taymda 70-minutdan keyin bizlarni o'tirib qolishimiz mentalmi bu, jismoniy kuchimiz yetmayaptimi? Buni to'g'rilash uchun nima qilishimiz kerak oldindan?
Analyze because I saw many games and every time our players need, one punch to reaction. And I don't understand, and we try to speak with the players because always my teams, I like, to be aggressive in the first 20 minutes to try to open the door. But I don't, here is something that, our players are more conservative in the first half sometime, and maybe their reaction when they can consider some goal. And during these games, they are different because friendly games, the weather was amazing, was cold, the situation, they changed 11 players. Everyone came in the Canada, and they were so fast, so it was difficult. The attention, where we need to improve, is the attention of the game, the players, is where I speak a lot with them. Because during the game, when you are tired, your attention go down. Because our problem, another problem, we don't speak each other. Our players always are no speak. Always they are like, they don't help each other in the game. And I try to push them, they need to speak. This is something that also we need to improve. This is something also we need to try to push the players to understand that the game is 90 minutes. The game is not 45 or 75. The game is 90, and the modern football maybe is 95, 98 minutes. So it's where we need the working, is where in the future we try to do something. But the Congo games, I think is different because they spend a lot of energy in the first half, and even if I told them go forward, they starting to be afraid. They starting to be more conservative, and they starting to be afraid, and the intensity of Congo, they make some different players, and we pay, I think, because we think more conservative.
Manda shunday taassurot bo'ladiki, bizni terma jamoamiz har doim bitta zarbani qabul qilib olgandan keyin uyg'onadi va keyin reaksiya qilishni boshlaydi. Men har doim o'z jamoalarimdan dastlabki 20 minut davomida agressiv o'ynashni so'rayman, lekin bizda aksincha dastlabki 20 minut o'yinni boshlab biz ko'proq konservativ o'yin ko'rsatishga harakat qilamiz. Endi o'rtoqlik o'yin bilan rasmiy o'yinni taqqoslab bo'lmaydi. Undan tashqari Kanadaga qarshi o'yinda ob-havoni o'zingizlar ko'rdinglar, sovuq edi. Keyin juda ham ko'p o'zgarishlar. Kanada terma jamoasi birinchi taymdan keyin 10 ta futbolchini almashtirdi va boshqacha sharoit edi ushbu o'yin davomida. Bizning asosiy muammoimiz, meni fikrimcha, bu diqqatni jamlay olmaslik, konsentratsiyani tushirib yuborish deb hisoblayman. Ayniqsa odam charchagandan keyin konsentratsiya yanada tushadi. Biz bunday vaqt davomida o'yinni ayniqsa oxirida konsentratsiyani maksimal darajada ushlashga harakat qilishimiz kerak. Yana bir muammoimiz, futbolchilarimiz bir-biri bilan gaplashmaydi maydonda. Podskaz yo'q, bir-biri bilan gaplashish, doimiy muloqot, kommunikatsiya yo'q futbolchilarimiz orasida va buni ham biz yaxshilashga harakat qilishimiz kerak. Bilamiz, futbol 90 minut davom etadi, 45 minut emas yoki 70 minut emas. Zamonaviy futbol o'yinlari umuman 95-98 minut davom etyapti. O'sha hisobdan umuman butun o'yin davomida biz har doim konsentratsiyani ushlashga harakat qilishimiz kerak. Kongo haqida o'yinga gapiradigan bo'lsak, birinchi taymda biz ko'proq kuchimizni sarflab qo'ygandek taassurot qoldirdi. Albatta, men tanaffusda oldinga borishni so'ragan bo'lsam ham, balki futbolchilarimizda kuch qolmagandir, balki sal qo'rquv bo'ldimi? Ikkinchi taymda pasayish bo'ldi. Kongo esa aksincha shu yangi maydonga tushirgan o'yinchilar o'yinni yanada kuchaytirishdi va intensivlik evaziga Kongo ushbu o'yinda g'alabani ilib ketdi.
Iboratki, hozir masalan berilgan savollarga va matbuot anjumani boshlanishidan oldin murabbiy o'z qarorlari qanchalik o'zi uchun to'g'ri bo'lganini aytib o'tdilar. Savol shunday iboratki, o'zi murabbiy qaysi qarorini xato bo'lgan deb hisoblaydi jahon chempionatida va ikkinchi savolim, jahon chempionatidagi 3 o'yindan keyin O'zbekiston milliy terma jamoasining asosiy darvozaboni masalasidan to'xtalib kelinganmi va qaysi tur darvozabon bilan muammo bo'lgan?
In the first game of World Cup, 18 years old players, so it was right. But sometimes you change the goalkeeper and maybe it's wrong. I know, but also I need to tell you, because since we are right, Yusuf was injured and the performance of him was not top. So Nematov starting to play, and the performance of him with us was really good. If you remember, against Egypt, against Iran, against all the friendly games we did, the performance of him was amazing. Amazing. So I know when you lose and you do some decision, the people starting to complain, but sometimes he's right and sometimes wrong. As a coach, I need to get some decision. I don't have nothing against anyone, I tell you before. During the training, Nema was much better than Yusuf. So for me, of course, in the end, the idea was to give minutes to everyone. Because for me it was important that. Unfortunately, someone didn't play in the World Cup, and I feel sorry for that. Because some experienced players, he played for many years in the national team, he didn't play 5 minutes or 10 minutes in the World Cup, and I feel sorry for that. But during the games, sometimes you make the wrong decisions. I know I make wrong decisions. I know I make mistakes. I know I need to work also on these mistakes. But believe me, next time I know bring the players that deserve to be in the national team just because the previous World Cup. This is also experience for me. This is also experience for me, of course. But we try to help everyone. We try to improve everyone. The previous coach decided to be focused on 22, 23 players. The rest of them was no chance to come in the national team. I have a different philosophy. I go to get one guy for 17 years old and he can go to play in the first league. It's wrong, maybe. It's good, we don't know. If you not take some decision, You never know. I can make a mistake as well. I did a lot of mistakes. A lot of mistakes. But all my mistakes is to try to help my players. All my mistakes need to understand if you complain me because someone didn't get the pass to come to America, because some journalists maybe complain because they don't get the pass for come to America. So we need to understand the line when you are friend of some players, because guys, I'm in the football since I am 8 years old. I was 8 years old. And I know all dynamic inside of the team and outside of the team. It's not for you, it's for everyone. But I know the dynamic. If maybe some players is your friend and you care more of him and not another one. I know the dynamic here also because now it's near 1 year I'm in Uzbekistan, and I know the dynamic outside also. I know outside and inside of the team, don't worry. I know everything, but sometimes I need to close my eyes, sometimes I need to close my head. And I know the previous coach maybe let you go in everywhere in the training ground. I know the previous coaches give to you interview every time. I know. I'm different. Doesn't mean that I'm bad or good. I'm working for my players because you do your job and I respect your job. But you imagine you are in my house and two of players they fighting, or two of players they want to be on the chair like that, relax. And maybe you get one picture, or you get one video, the video go outside, and the people started to complain to my players. So what I do is, everything I do is to try to cover my players. I know it's difficult to understand, but I care more of my players than my kids.
Har doim qaror qabul qilganingizda oxirida baribir haq bo'lib chiqasiz yoki nohaq bo'lib chiqasiz. Har doim haq bo'lish iloji yo'q. Masalan, 18 yosh bolani jahon chempionatini birinchi o'yinda maydonga tushirishda masalan odam haq bo'lgan bo'lishi mumkin, lekin terma jamoa darvozabonni o'zgartirishga qaror qilish noto'g'ri qaror bo'lgan bo'lishi mumkin. Shu sababdan har doim siz haq bo'la olmaysiz. O'tkir Yusupov bilamizki, men terma jamoani egallagandan so'ng u jarohat ostida edi, ancha muddat maydonga tushmagan, juda ko'p o'yinlarni o'tkazib yuborgan edi. Abduvohid Ne'matov aksincha juda ham yaxshi formada, juda yaxshi o'yinlar ko'rsatgan. O'rtoqlik o'yinlarida Misrga qarshi, Eronga yaxshi, boshqa FIFA seriyasi doirasidagi o'rtoqlik o'yinlarida ham Abduvohid Ne'matov bizni juda yaxshi qutqargan vaziyatlar bo'lgan. Shu sababdan men hech qaysi darvozabonga yoki futbolchiga nisbatan qanday shaxsiy muammom yo'q. Mashg'ulotlarda menga shu Abduvohid Ne'matov yaxshiroqdek ko'ringani uchun shunday qaror qabul qilgan edim. Endi asosiy reja barcha darvozabonga imkoniyat berish bo'lgan. Shu jahon chempionati davomida barcha darvozabonlarga o'yin amaliyotini berishni niyat qilgandim, lekin buni albatta iloji bo'lmadi. Shunday terma jamoada ancha yildan beri o'ynayotgan tajribali futbolchilar bor. Afsuski, ular 5 daqiqa yoki 10 daqiqa ham jahon chempionatida qatnasha olmadi va men bundan juda ham katta afsusdaman. Endi bundan keyin men o'zimga qilgan asosiy xulosa, men uchun dars bo'lgan narsa, men futbolchilarning oldingi xizmatlari uchun masalan tarkibga kiritmayman. Masalan, oldin jahon chempionati saralashdagi xizmatlari uchun men ko'plab futbolchilarni ushbu jahon chempionatiga olib borishga qaror qilgandim. Bu ham o'ziga xos dars bo'ldi men uchun. Masalan, oldinlari terma jamoada oldingi murabbiylar faqatgina 22 ta 23 ta futbolchini terma jamoaga jalb qilishgan va faqat shu futbolchilar bilan ishlashgan va boshqa futbolchilarda terma jamoada o'ynash uchun deyarli imkoniyat bo'lmagan. Lekin meni falsafam boshqacharoq, men barchaga imkoniyat beraman. Hatto 17 yosh futbolchi bo'lsa ham, qaysidir jamoa asosiy tarkibda o'ynamasa ham, men uni terma jamoaga taklif qilishim mumkin. Demak, keyin ba'zi e'tirozlarga keladigan bo'lsak, bilmadim, masalan, ba'zi jurnalistlar balki shu AQShga viza olmagani uchun qandaydir shunga asoslangan holda e'tirozlar bildirishdimi, lekin chegarani ham bilish kerak. Tanqid bilan shaxsiy muammolardagi, kim bilandir shaxsiy munosabatlardagi qandaydir muammolarga asoslanib meni tanqid qilish ham men noto'g'ri deb o'ylayman. Barchasi qandaydir chegara bo'lishi kerak, hurmat bo'lishi kerak. Sizlar ham ishlarni qilyapsizlar, men ham o'z ishimni bajaryapman. Men 8 yoshdan buyon futboldaman va futbolni ichida futbolda tashqarisida bo'ladigan har bitta harakatni, har bitta shu движениyadan meni xabarim bor. Endi qo'pol qilib aytganda bu narsalarni men juda ham yaxshi tushunaman. Keyin ushbu O'zbekistonda hozir 1 yildan buyon ishlayotgan bo'lsam, O'zbekistonda ham men bilib oldim. Ichkarida nimalar bo'ladi, tashqarida nimadir bo'ladi, futbolchilar kim bilan yaxshiroq do'st, kim bilan ko'proq gaplashadi, kim qaysi jurnalist qaysi futbolchini ko'proq yaxshi ko'radi yoki qaysidir murabbiyni ko'proq yaxshi ko'rishadi, buni men barchasini aniq tushunib oldim. Men ba'zan nimagadir ko'zimni yumishim mumkin, ba'zan quloqimni yopishim mumkin, lekin baribir hamma narsada chegara bo'ladi. Men yaxshimi yomonmi baribir o'zimning ishimni qilishga harakat qilyapman. Ba'ziga bo'lgan qandaydir nimalar imkoniyatlar yopildi, oldin bilmadim, balki oldingi murabbiy bilan xohlagan payt intervyu qilgandirsizlar, xohlagancha terma jamoaning ichiga kirib borgandirsizlar, lekin afsuski bunday ishlanmaydi. Meni qarashlarim bu borada boshqacha. Masalan, terma jamoa futbolchisi ba'zida yoki terma jamoada mehmonxonada bo'lgan payti, masalan, orada qandaydir ikkita futbolchi o'rtasida muammo bo'lishi mumkin yoki dam olishi mumkin va buni tasavvur qiling, jurnalist rasmga oldi, videoga oldi va buni chiqarib yubordi. Shu narsalarni inobatga olgan holda balki men ba'zan chegaralar o'rnatish mumkin ba'zi jurnalistlar uchun va bu butun dunyoda normal amaliyot hisoblanadi. Hisobdan aytishim mumkin, men asosiy maqsadim men futbolchilarimni himoya qilish va bu uchun barcha narsani qilaman. Men futbolchilarimga o'zimni farzandlarimdan ham ko'proq g'amxo'rlik qilaman.
Endi taktik haqidagi savol. Qatariz kelgan sxema o'sha 3 martaga himoyalar menimcha missiyasini bajarib o'zini bo'lgan, juda kerak bo'ldi o'sha paytlari va darvozabonimizning o'ziga bo'lgan ishonchini paydo qilish uchun juda yordam berdi va bu guruhda og'ir guruh edi, buni tan olamiz. U yerda ham himoyaviy futbol qo'shimiz talab etilgan. Endi bundan buyon Fabio Cannavaro haqiqiy ishchi sxemasi qanaqa va shundan kelib chiqib terma jamoamizda mana shu taktikasida o'zgarishlar bo'ladimi? Chunki Osiyo chempionatiga borganimizda baribir nisbatan o'zimizdan tenglarni o'ynaydi. Portugaliya yo'q, yo'q. Shuning uchun terma jamoamiz deylik 4 ta markaziy himoyachi, 4 ta himoyachi o'ynaydilar va markazda shuning hisobida bitta kreativ futbolchi paydo bo'ladi.
The difference between the system we have now, we have 3 defenders, 1 center, maybe we can put in the front, will be the same. And it's true that we go to face Asian team that they are not like Portugal or they are like Congo or Colombia, and where we need to go to show, I want to see something different, of course, because the job we did until now, I think is really good, because the players understood how we need to play forward, how we need to be between the lines, how we need to attack the lines, how we need to build up, because, you know, he left, but the previous journalist told me which kind of improvement you see. I saw the previous game, always we try to put to the long ball. Now we try to build up more. Now we can have more control of the middle. And of course, when you go to face Portugal, you cannot see that because the difference is too much. But if we go to see the previous games, maybe, you know, we did a lot of improvement. And it's where we need to carry on. It's where we need now in September, we will starting to speak also with all coaches in federation to try to change something, because I think they have a big result, they have a huge result, but there are small things that, you know, our defenders, they need to thinking more. Our midfielders, they need to scanner more. Our quality of the pass need to be faster, because in the end, football is time and space. If I give the slow pass, I don't have a time, you know, and I don't scan. I don't have a time. So we need to improve these things in the youth players, in the academies. I don't care if we play against Japan. I don't care if we play against Iran, like what we done before. We need to go to it, try to win in the good way.
Rahmat savol uchun. Mani ikkita markaziy himoyachi yoki to'rtta himoyachi o'ynash rejalarini albatta Husniddin Aliqulov o'zgartirib yubordi. Aynan Husniddin Aliqulovning jarohati tufayli men 3 ta markaziy himoyachi bilan o'yinni davom ettirishga majbur bo'ldim. Chunki men butun faoliyatim davomida faqat 2 ta markaziy himoyachi, ya'ni 4 ta himoyachi bilan o'ynaganman. Faqatgina Udinezeda shu 3 ta markaziy himoyachi bilan o'ynashga majbur bo'lganman. Futbolchi sifatida ham farqi yo'q. Men 2 ta markaziy himoyachi bilan jamoalarda ham o'ynaganman, 3 ta markaziy himoyachi jamoalarda ham o'ynab ko'rganman. Lekin meni asosiy shu taktik sxemam 4-3-3 ko'rinishida. Har doim shu oldingi jamoalarni shunday sxema ostida o'ynaganmiz. Bizda shu 4 ta himoyachi bilan o'ynash albatta oldida yana bitta qo'shimcha o'yinchiga ega bo'lish imkoniyatini yaratib beradi va Osiyo terma jamoalari orasida albatta Portugaliya, Kolumbiya, Kongo darajasidagi raqiblar yo'q. Lekin biz shu paytgacha nima qilib kelgan bo'lsak, buni yana davom ettirishimiz kerak. Falsafa yuzasidan, ya'ni o'yin falsafasi yuzasidan men har doim talab qilgan narsalar oldiga o'ynash, liniyalar orasida ochilib to'pni qabul qilish, oldinga ochilish, shu build up, ya'ni shu himoyadan chiqayotganda paslar orqali chiqish. Bu narsani biz yana davom ettirishimiz kerak. Menga shu aytishgan oldingi, masalan, o'zim kuzatganda ham guvoh bo'lganman, asosan uzun paslarga asoslangan futbol o'ynaganmiz. Lekin men albatta bunday emas, asosan shu qisqa paslar, o'rtani, markazni nazorat qilish, bu elementlarni yanada davom ettirishimiz kerak, buni ustida yanada ishlashimiz kerak. Sentyabrda men yana barcha murabbiylar bilan uchrashib gaplashmoqchiman, shu yoshlar terma jamoalari murabbiylari bilan, chunki hali ham ishlaydigan jihatlarimiz yo'q. Masalan, himoyachilarimizni fikrlashini yaxshilashimiz kerak. O'yin davomida markazdagi futbolchilarimiz o'yinni o'qishi, skaner qilishi o'yinni, paslar aniqligi, pas tezligi, chunki futbolda har doim masalan pas sekin bo'ladigan bo'lsa, bu keyingi qabul qilinadigan qarorga ham salbiy ta'sir ko'rsatadi. Shu sababdan yoshlar akademiyalari, umuman yoshlar jamoalarida shu futbolchilarimizni shu jihatlarini yaxshilash bo'yicha ancha ishlashimiz kerak. Bu vaqt talab qiladi. Osiyo terma jamoalari orasida kimga qarshi o'ynash farqi, Yaponiya bo'ladimi, Eron bo'ladimi, men jamoamga, futbolchilarimga nisbatan ancha talabchanroq bo'laman, chunki har qanday Osiyo terma jamoasini yutish mumkin.
Everyone knows about our Kusano, but maybe Cabo Verde can have 10 Kusano. Where we need to improve in everything, what I said before, if we want to achieve result in the top in the World Cup, we need to improve everything. It's not just about one thing. Because right now, football is, in Europe they check the players strong, tall and fast. This is what they check. But for me also, I think is important the quality of the players. Because you can be tall, fast, strong, but if you don't have a quality, you cannot play football. So I think we need to improve every situation to try to achieve this kind of level. But of course, I believe that the base of our football, youth football, is really good because we have a result in under 17, under 19, under 23. We have a good result, and the people around outside the country, they starting to see the difference. They started to see the difference. It's where we need to carry on to work. We need to send the players to play outside the country. It's where we need to play, but not in Dubai, not in Saudi Arabia. They need to go to Europe because the Uzbekistan players, young players, they need they need the dream to go to play to Europe because it's there where we can improve the players. It's there when they can go to face the top players, they improve. When they come back here, they are good for the national team. Like Morocco, Japan. If you know that Japan, they have one office in German, and the rest of the players, they are all around Japan. And the league of Japan is not the best. It's not the best, but they send the player outside. It's what we need to do. It's what our club need to working for the youth players to send outside. It's the only way to try to improve, to try to have a different result. In in 8 months, in 1 year, okay, you can go to have amazing experience. You can go to do something wow. But if you want to do that for every years, take time. We have a national team like Italy, like Brazil, like Germany. they dominate the World Cup in the last century, and they have a problem, a different problem, because they don't create more talent. Here, you have the opportunity to create players, but they need to go outside.
Demak, hozirgi zamonaviy futbol 90% shu jismoniy faktorga asoslangan, shu jismoniy kurashlarga asoslangan va aynan Cabo Verde futbolchilari jismoniy tarafdan, atletizm tarafdan juda ham kuchli hisoblanadi. Bizda masalan jismoniy tarafdan, atletizm tarafdan bitta Abduqodir Husanov aytadigan bo'lsak, Cabo Verdeda jismoniy tarafdan shunday xarakteristikaga ega 10 ta o'yinchini aytish mumkin Cabo Verde terma jamoasida. Natijaga erishish uchun faqat bitta faktor emas, biz har tomonlama yaxshilashga harakat qilishimiz kerak, barcha yo'nalishlarda ishlashimiz kerak. Yevropada yaxshi futbolchini tanlayotganda, yosh futbolchini tanlayotganda asosiy beriladigan e'tibor uni kuchiga, bo'yi baland bo'lishi kerak va tezligiga e'tibor beriladi. Lekin men faqatgina bu 3 ta elementga e'tibor bermayman. Men uchun masalan futbolchi balandroq bo'lmasligi mumkin, juda ham kuchli bo'lmasligi mumkin, lekin men asosiy e'tibor beradigan faktorlardan biri bu futbol o'ynay olishi, aynan futbol o'ynash sifatiga e'tibor beraman. Bizda hozirgi kunda juda yaxshi fundament bor, juda ham yaxshi baza shakllangan, chunki U17, U19, U23 terma jamoalarimiz shu Osiyo darajasida juda ham yaxshi natijalarga erishgan, chempionlikni qo'lga kiritishgan. Biz xuddi shu yoshlar bilan yana ishlashni davom etishimiz kerak. Ularni yana rivojlantirishimiz kerak. Ko'proq o'yinchilarni biz Yevropaga chiqarishimiz kerak. Birlashgan Arab Amirliklari yoki Saudiya Arabistoni emas, aynan Yevropa chempionatlariga biz o'yinchilar eksport qilishimiz kerak. Bizni yosh futbolchilarimiz aynan shu orzu bilan yashashi kerak. Yevropa chempionatlarida to'p surish orzusi bilan. Chunki ular Yevropada o'ynab terma jamoaga qaytgandan keyin terma jamoa tarkibida o'ynaydigan raqiblari ularga hattoki osonroq ko'rinishi mumkin. O'sha Yevropa darajada, yuqori darajada o'ynagandan keyin terma jamoadagi raqiblar ularga yengilroq ko'rinishi mumkin. Yaponiya terma jamoasini oling, Marokash terma jamoasini oling, qanday natijalarga erishgan aynan shu legionerlar, chetda o'ynaydigan futbolchilar hisobiga. Yaponiyada hattoki Germaniyada ularni ofis ham bor ekan, ya'ni aynan futbolchilarni chetga eksport qilish, chetga ko'proq yaponiyalik futbolchilarni chiqarish bilan shug'ullanadigan. Bizni ham asosiy maqsadimiz iloji boricha ko'plab futbolchilarimizni tashqariga, Yevropa chempionatlariga chiqarishdan iborat bo'lishi kerak. Talant borasida bizdan muammo yo'q. Hozirgi kunda Italiya, Germaniya, Braziliya terma jamoalarida o'ziga xos sal tanazzulni ko'ryapmiz. Chunki bu ularni aytish bo'yicha asosiy faktorlardan biri oldingidek talant yetishmasligi. Lekin o'ylaymanki, bizda bu borada hech qanday muammo yo'q. Bizda talantlar yetishib kelyapti. Faqat ularni ko'proq biz Yevropaga eksport qilishimiz kerak.
Srechko Katanis falsafasi shu ediki, 24 futbolchidan 17-15tasi o'ynaydi, qolganlariga umuman yo'q. Lekin o'sha vaqtda hisoblab olsak, o'sha terma jamoamiz asosiy negiz bo'lgan Shukurov, Hamrobiyev qolgan shu yetakchi futbolchilar ancha yoshroq ulardan kichikroq bo'ldi. Hozir ular 31-32 yosh. Shu narsa sizni hozirgi savolda, chunki jahon chempionatida ko'rdikki, mana o'sha Osiyo Kubogi to'g'ridan keyin yoshlarni ko'proq integratsiya qilmasak, yoshimiz o'rta yosh ham juda qarib qolgan terma jamoamiz bo'lsa, masalan, Eron kabi shu narsalar qanchalik o'zgarish bo'lishi mumkin, g'alati qilish Osiyo Kubogida ham davom etadimi yoki bu faqat endi jahon chempionati darajasi bo'lgani uchun shu vaqtinchalik ko'rilgan.
After the World Cup, and I tell you that as an ex-football player, after World Cup, come back in the league and the performance again well is really tough. But we need to prepare the team for January, and we will change something. You need to respect sometimes the job. Even if I'm foreigners, I work 24 hours, 7 for my players. And the wrong information is not good for anyone, because most of journalists today, they are not here. The wrong information make no good the image of your country. So when you give some news, the news should be 100% right. Thank you so much. Sorry if the press conference was too long, but you waiting 1 month, and I didn't escape. And I went home. After 4 months, I was here, working with my team here. So my wife complained about that, and I come back for that. But I was until the last second in America with to everyone. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everyone. We will see in September, end of September, and if someone has some request, remember that we have the federation there and you can ask everything. Because I'm not the monster that I don't want to do nothing. Someone knows that I can live in interview, like we can speak, we can have a respect with each other, no problem. But respect, please. Thank you so much.
Aytib o'tganimdek, juda ko'p futbolchilar, jahon chempionatida ishtirok etgan futbolchilar saralash bosqichidagi xizmatlariga ko'ra terma jamoaga, shu aynan jahon chempionatiga olib borildi. Biz albatta hozirda yoshartirish, terma jamoani yoshartirish ishlarini olib boramiz, ko'plab yosh futbolchilarni tarkibga qo'shamiz. Chunki aynan jahon chempionatidagi ishtirok tufayli Behruz Karimov, Jahongir O'rozov kabi futbolchilar hozir Yevropa chempionatlariga yo'l olyapti. Bizda undan boshqa yosh futbolchilar bor, shu ko'z ostimizga olib qo'ygan o'yinchilar. Yana ikkita yosh futbolchimiz shu Portugaliyaga Braga klubiga yo'l oldi va biz bu ishlarni jahon chempionatidan keyin ham davom ettiramiz. Va jahon chempionatidan keyin mahalliy chempionatda o'ynash bu har doim oson emas. Men o'z futbol tajribamdan kelib chiqib aytishim mumkin. Jahon chempionatidan keyin yana mahalliy chempionatga kelib o'sha darajada o'ynash oson bo'lmaydi. Yana bir narsa, biz sistemani o'zgartiramiz, taktik sxemani futbolchilarni o'zgartiramiz, yangi yosh futbolchilarni qo'shamiz, terma jamoani shifoxonaga almashtirib aylantirmaslikka harakat qilamiz. Bu barchasi biz uchun muhim tajriba edi. Jahon chempionati kutganimizdek qiyin bo'ldi, lekin eng asosiysi futbolchilar borini berishdi. Ularga hech qanday e'tiroz bildira olmaymiz. Natija yaxshi bo'lmadi kutganimizdek, muxlislarni albatta xursand qila olmadik natija jihatdan, lekin eng asosiysi futbolchilarimiz borini berishdi. Bu barchamiz uchun tajriba bo'ldi. UFA uchun, muxlislar uchun, murabbiy uchun, futbolchilar uchun o'ziga xos tajriba bo'ldi. Va biz bundan keyin faqat bir marta jahon chempionatida qatnashish emas, balki doimiy ravishda jahon chempionatida qatnashadigan terma jamoaga aylanishimiz kerak. Va eng asosiysi so'zimni oxirida aytmoqchiman, hurmat masalasi. Hurmat menimcha eng asosiy narsa bo'lsa kerak. Men sizlarni jurnalist sifatida hurmat qilaman va sizlardan ham xuddi shunday hurmatni kutib qolaman. Chunki men bu yerda 24 ga 7 ishlayapman, futbolchilarga yordam berishga harakat qilyapman, lekin shunga qaramasdan ba'zan shu jurnalistlar orasida juda ham ko'p noto'g'ri ma'lumotlar tarqatilyapti. Shu aynan eng ko'p gapiradigan ba'zi jurnalistlar afsuski hozir matbuot anjumaniga kelishga o'zida kuch topa olmagan, chunki bilamiz kamera oldida o'tira olib o'zini studiyada gapirish bu juda ham oson narsa hisoblanadi, lekin bu yerga kelib turib savollarni menga berish bu albatta hammaga emas. Italiyada oladigan bo'lsak, Italiyada 64 million aholi va 64 million murabbiy deyish mumkin. O'zbekistonda ham mana 40 million aholi va 40 million murabbiy, barcha o'zi xohlagancha shu taktik qandaydir fikrlari bor har bir futbol muxlisini. Va uzr so'rayman, juda ham uzun bo'lib ketgani uchun, rahmat kelganinglar uchun va shuni aytib o'taman yana bir, men hech qayerga qochib ketganim yo'q. Jahon chempionatidan keyin men Nyu-Yorkda edim, oxirigacha jamoa bilan bo'ldim. Men 4 oy davomida terma jamoa bilan ishladim, ya'ni yig'inlarda qatnashdim va albatta endi hazil qilib aytadigan bo'lsak, turmush o'rtog'im ham shikoyat qildi. Shuning uchun hech bo'lmaganda 1 oy davomida men uyda bo'lishim shart edi. Endi barchaga rahmat. Sentyabrda yana ko'rishamiz. Kimda qanday savollar, murojaatlar bo'lsa, bemalol UFAga murojaat qilishlari mumkin, intervyu masalasidan, boshqa masalasidan va oxirgi so'z o'rnida oxirgi gapim hurmat. Har doim bir-birimizni hurmat qilaylik.
Matbuot anjumani davomida endi xizmat qilib qo'yganlar emas, balki o'zini yaxshi tomondan ko'rsatgan futbolchilar terma jamoaga chaqirilishini va mutaxassis Aziz Turg'unboyev va Hojimat Erkinov kabi futbolchilarning nega jahon chempionatiga olib ketilmagani bo'yicha fikr bildirib, ularning Superligadagi o'yinlari oldingidek bo'lmagani uchungina ro'yxatga kiritilmaganini aytdi. Italiyalik murabbiy xorijlik murabbiy bo'lgani u va terma jamoa haqida juda ko'p yolg'on ma'lumotlar chiqayotganini, bunday holatlar balki terma jamoa ichida kalamush bo'lgani uchun sodir bo'layotganini aytdi. Cannavaroga ko'ra Osiyo Kubogi oldidan terma jamoa tarkibida yaxshigina o'zgarishlar bo'ladi. Fabio Cannavaro jurnalistlarni qiziqtirgan barcha savollarga javob berdi va agar yana savollar bo'ladigan bo'lsa, UFAga murojaat qilish kerakligini ta'kidladi. Xo'sh, o'zi Cannavaroning javoblaridan anjumanga kelganlar qay darajada qoniqishdi? Sharhlovchilar Xayrulla Hamidov va Orif Tolipov o'z fikrlari bilan bo'lishdilar. Assalomu alaykum. Fabio Cannavaroning javoblaridan qay darajada qoniqdingiz?
Endi Fabio Cannavaro bilishimcha faqatgina baribir uzoq ish jarayonidan keyin dam olmabdi, balki ijtimoiy tarmoqlarni va jurnalistlarni, blogerlarni juda ko'p chiqishlarini yaxshi kuzatganini bildirdi. Chunki bu qadar ko'p tayyorgarlik ko'rib kelishini taxmin qilmagandim. Bu yaxshimi yomonmi bilmadim, lekin terma jamoamiz bosh murabbiyi nafaqat O'zbekiston chempionati bilan qiziqayotgani, balki O'zbekiston jurnalistikasi bilan qiziqayotganini ko'rsatdi.
Osiyo chempionatida oldingi natijalarimiz biroz o'zgaradi degan fikrga keldingizmi?
Men shu masalada o'zim savol berdim va javobidan qoniqdim. Ya'ni sxemani o'zgartirish, endi shu paytgacha 3-4 yil davom etgan yondashuvimizdan boshqa uslubga o'tamizmi deyilganda, ha degan javob berishdim va o'zini ishchi sxemasi to'g'ri uchuvchi ekanligidan kelib chiqsak va o'zi javoblarda ham aytdi-ku, juda ko'p futbolchilarni qilgan mehnatlari uchun olib borgandim deb. Shundan kelib chiqadigan bo'lsak, nazdimda Osiyo chempionatiga qanaqa natija qayd etishni bilmadim-u, lekin bir 70% tarkib o'zgargan holda boradi degan taxminga keldim.
Assalomu alaykum Orif aka. Bugungi o'sha Cannavaroning javoblaridan qay darajada qoniqdingiz?
Cannavaro garchi jahon chempionatiga ketib qolgan bo'lsa ham, bu ma'lum savollarni yuzaga keltirgan bo'lsa ham, shu o'zini yo'q davrida judayam ko'p ommaviy axborot vositalarini, ijtimoiy tarmoqni, muxlislarni va jurnalistlarning kayfiyatini o'rgangani sezilib turibdi. Mana kim ishonmasa yoki qanaqadir shubha qilayotgan bo'lsa, YouTube'da matbuot anjumanini ko'rsin, u o'zi kirish qismida deyarli 1 soat hammasini tushuntirib boshqa qilishga harakat qildi. Lekin baribir u ham tushunishi kerak. U masalan menga bitta so'zi qiziq tuyuldi. U aytdiki, men xorijiy murabbiy bo'lganim uchun balki shunaqa deyishayotgandir dedi. Men o'ylamayman unaqa deb, ya'ni gap bu yerda murabbiyning pasportida emas, ya'ni jurnalistlarning talabchanligi yoki muxlislarning talabchanligi uni italiyalik bo'lgani uchun emas. Gap u shunchaki bosh murabbiy bo'lgani uchun. Chunki O'zbekiston milliy terma jamoasini kim qachon boshqargan bo'lsa, ya'ni qaytaraman, kim qachon boshqargan bo'lsa, u hatto o'zbek futbol afsonasi Mirjalol Qosimov bo'lsa ham, ya'ni u biz uchun Cannavarodan kattaroq shaxs Mirjalol aka, u bizni Maradonamiz, u bizni Pelemiz. Lekin Mirjalol aka boshqarganda ham savollar bo'lgan, tanqidlar bo'lgan. Shuning uchun murabbiyimiz tushunishi kerakki, bosh murabbiylikning taqdiri shu. U shunaqa bosimda bundan bu yog'i ham ishlaydi, boshqa iloji yo'q, unda boshqa iloji yo'q. Ya'ni eng yaxshi yo'l o'yin bilan, natijalar bilan men nazarimda bu savollarni kamaytirish. Lekin umuman uni matbuot anjumaniga tayyorgarlik ko'rgani, savollarga javob bergani menga juda yoqdi.
Fabio Cannavaro ishtirokidagi matbuot anjumani o'z nihoyasiga yetdi va javoblardan siz qanchalik darajada qoniqdingiz? Fabio Cannavaroga bermoqchi bo'lgan savollaringizni kommentariyada yozib qoldiring.